You know that you use coal for barbecue, but what type of gas do you usually use in your kitchen? Yes, we use LPG but not LNG. We'll see why is it so in today's session. Generally, natural gas is used in kitchen to cook food. In USA the most, also in other countries. We will see about that in detail. But before that, what is natural gas? How is this formed? What are its uses? What are its properties? Let's find out more about it. Let's get started. So, what's on your thoughts about natural gas? Natural gas is a gaseous fossil energy source that forms deep beneath the Earth's surface. It acts as an ideal fuel because it burns with a smokeless flame without leaving any ash. In India, it has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Krishna Godavari Delta. Natural gas does not have any color or odor. It is easily flammable, which makes it one of the most used energy source across the world. Natural gas contains many different compounds. The largest component of natural gas is methane, a compound with one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms, CH4. Natural gas also contains smaller amounts of natural gas liquids, components of natural gas that are separated from the gas state in form of liquids. It's also known as hydrocarbon gas liquids. And non-hydrocarbon gases are carbon dioxide and water vapor. It occurs naturally and approximately consists of 95% hydrocarbon methane. The other 5% consists of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, helium or hydrogen sulfide. It takes millions of years for it to form. Natural gas is not used in its pure form. It is processed and converted into cleaner fuel for consumption. Many byproducts are extracted while processing of natural gas like propane, ethane, butane, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, etc., which can be further used. Methane-rich gases are produced by anaerobic decay of non-fossil organic material. So, natural gas is a source of biogas which includes swamps, which means the uncultivated ground where water collects, and marshes are the flood in wet season which remains waterlogged all times, and landfills are the disposal of waste materials. So, natural gas could also be known as landfill gas as well. Now we'll see about the composition of natural gas. Methane is about 80 to 95%, ethane is about 5 to 15%, propane and butane is about 0.2%, pentane is about 0.01%, nitrogen is about 0.5%, carbon dioxide is about 0.3%, hydrogen is about 0.02%, and oxygen 0.01%. The primary component of natural gas is methane CH4, one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms, the shortest and the lightest hydrocarbon molecule. It also contains heavier gaseous hydrocarbons such as ethane with two carbon atoms and six hydrogen atoms, C2H6, propane, three carbon atoms, eight hydrogen atoms, C3H8. Natural gas also contains butane with 4 carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms, C4H10, as well as other sulfur containing gases in varying amounts. Also, natural gas could condensate, which means natural gas liquids are also present with low density and a mixture of hydrocarbon liquids. Natural gas liquids also contains and in the primary market source of helium. Nitrogen, helium, carbon dioxide and trace amounts of hydrogen sulfide, water and odorants can also be present. Mercury is also present in small amounts in natural gas which is extracted from some fields. The exact composition of natural gas varies between gas fields. Natural gas can also be hazardous to life and property through an explosion. Natural gas is lighter than air and so tends to dissipate, which means disappear into the atmosphere. But when natural gas is confined which is restricted in area or a volume or to keep within limits such as within a house, gas concentrations could reach explosive mixtures, and if ignited it could catch fire, which results in blasts that could destroy buildings. Methane has a lower explosive limit of 5% in air and an upper explosive limit of 15%. The other names of natural gas include marsh gas and swamp gas. Marsh gas in the sense where anaerobic material decompose of vegetable matter and the rumen of animals underwater generated by decaying matter, and swamp gas in the sense the gaseous decomposition product of organic matter. The molecular formula of natural gas is CH4, which means methane. The appearance will be a clear glass, which means colorless one, and with a blue flame. The boiling point of natural gas is minus 161.6 degrees Celsius. The first discovery of natural gas was found in America by 1626 by French explorers, and in 1785 Britain were the first to contribute to commercialize natural gas, and they used for further purposes like for lighthouses and for street lights. For decades, ecologists and environment lovers have described the features of natural gas. Some of the prominent features of natural gas are the state of matter of this gas is gaseous, it doesn't have any color, and it is a tasteless gas or also odorless. It is free of any kind of toxic. There is no smoke on burning, and it has high calorific value. The calorific value of CNG is 50,000 kilojoules per kg. The gas is odorless. However, a chemical called mercaptan is added to it in small amounts to give it distinctive smell of eggs. This helps to find out if any gas leaks. It is a combustible gas and a fossil fuel. Air is 60% heavier than natural gas. It has a low flammability range and high ignition temperature. Generally, it is transported through pipes. Now we'll see the major uses of natural gas. It is used in the vehicles in form of CNG, compressed natural gas. It is also used to manufacture a few chemicals and fertilizers. Natural gas is a major feedstock, the raw material to supply of fuel emission or industrial process for the production of ammonia NH3 by Haber process. This is a process in which to produce NH3 ammonia from nitrogen and hydrogen with high temperature and pressure. And the gas is used as a source of energy for cooking, heating and electricity generation. In much of the developed world, it is supplied through pipes to homes where it is used for many purposes including ranges and ovens, clothes dryers, heating or cooling. Heaters in homes and other buildings may include boilers, furnaces and water heaters. Both North America and Europe are major consumers of natural gas. The gas is also useful in the production of fabrics, glass, paint, plastic, steel, etc. Natural gas is a major source for electricity generation through the use of gas turbine and steam turbines. Natural gas burns cleaner than other fossil fuels such as oil and coal and produces less greenhouse gas per unit energy released. Burning natural gas produces about 30% less carbon dioxide than burning petroleum and about 45% less than burning coal. Natural gas could be used to produce hydrogen that can be used in hydrogen vehicles. Hydrogen reformer is used. Natural gas decomposes to form carbon and hydrogen on strong heating in the absence of air. I'll show you the equation for that in later slides. The countries with the largest number of natural gas vehicles were Argentina, Brazil, Pakistan, Italy. The energy efficiency is generally equal to that of gasoline engines but lower compared with modern diesel engines. But research is on its way to improve the process. Natural gas is also used for manufacture of carbon black, which is used in rubber industry as a strengthening agent. This is the equation. Methane CH4 in strong heating and in absence of air produces carbon plus hydrogen separately. So this is used for further processes in using hydrogen vehicles. Now we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of natural gas. This keeps the air we breathe cleaner. It's not expensive. The problem in India is that we don't have vast reserves of natural gas, which means the most of the natural gas that is consumed by us has to be brought from other countries. Though natural gas is lighter than air, one cannot deny the fact that it is highly combustible. As natural gas is odorless, it is difficult to detect a leakage as well. This eliminates the long process of collecting, processing, packing and delivering the end product to the consumers. One of the biggest fear we have in using LPG cylinders or any other type of fuel is the possibility of leakage. Gases have the power to burn things and people around and can be very dangerous. However, natural gas is lighter than air. In case of leakage, it disappears quickly into the air, avoiding fire. Isn't that super safe? Keeping aside the positives of using natural gas, one should not forget that it is a non-renewable source of energy. Experts state that natural gas will be depleted in the future and we will have to import it from other nations. One of the biggest disadvantages of natural gas is that it emits carbon dioxide, which is bad for our atmosphere. Constant introduction of carbon dioxide into our atmosphere will lead to climate change and also global warming. Currently, experts state that amount of natural gas available is more than crude oil or other such products. If you look at the current mode of delivery of gas to homes in India, we notice a lot of metal cylinders changing hands. Should natural gas take over as the preferred fuel for cooking? Its delivery would be much easier since all that is needed to deliver natural gas is a network of pipelines as we use water lines. And as natural gas has the other components like it has to be removed before using it for residential or commercial purposes. It takes a lot of time and manpower to process it. Even though it is lighter than air and can disperse easily, a big danger with natural gas is that since it is colorless, odorless and tasteless, should it start leaking? Detection of the leak is very hard. Even though natural gas is easier to store and transport, it has one big disadvantage. Its volume happens to be 4 times that of petrol, which makes it more expensive to store since more needs to be spent on additional storage. Now we'll see how did natural gas form. Millions to hundreds of millions of years ago and over a long period of time, dead marine organisms sunk to bottom of ocean and buried under deposits of sedimentary rocks. With intense heat and pressure, they underwent transformation and converted to natural gas over millions of years. Natural gas is found in underground rocks known as reservoir. They have tiny spaces pores. They hold water, natural gas and oil. Natural gas is trapped underground by impermeable rock known as cap rock which stays until it is extracted by drilling wells. Natural gas is also found in reservoirs with oil and extracted alongside oil which is known as associated gas. Biogenic gas has more than 95% methane which is known as dry gas. It is made up of bacterial decay at shallow depths and thermogenic gas has less than 95% methane which is also known as wet gas. This is a low quality gas and has high temperature along with ethane, butane and methane. It has natural gas liquids which is separated and sold individually for further uses like for refrigerant and petrochemical products. Next is the processing works. First of all, the oil and condensate removal and then water removal, then separation of natural gas liquids and then sulfur and carbon dioxide is removed. Then it is sent to storage units and for further processes and it is used for various purposes too, as we have seen. And then to transportation through pipelines. While drilling, they undergo few cracks which may lead to earthquake at times. And then liquefaction process takes place which is further used as liquefied natural gas for other uses. Now I'll see a short did you know. Natural gas is colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. The national gas companies add mercaptan to natural gas to give it a distinct and unpleasant odor to help detect leaks in natural gas pipelines. Mercaptan is a harmless chemical that smells like rotten eggs. Now let's compare the emissions from natural gas, oil and coal burning. You can see the image which is the safest and cleanest source of energy. On left hand side you can see the death rate from accidents and air pollution. It shows that coal produces lot of accidents and air pollution and then comes oil and then after that natural gas with low number of accidents and from air pollution. On the right side you can see which is the cleanest source of energy by comparing by the greenhouse gas emission it is produced. Now we'll see the industrial use of natural gas in India. India is the world's seventh largest energy producer, accounting for 2.49% of the world's total annual energy production. Around 60% of the natural gas produced in India is used for energy purposes. Out of this, maximum amount is used in power generation, 29%, and followed by industrial fuel for 14% and LPG use for 13%. In non-energy purposes, maximum amount of natural gas is used in India in fertilizer industry as feedstock for 21%. Researchers studied the impact of increasing natural gas consumption on the economy and environment of India. With the population growing, the demand for fuels like oil, natural gas and coal is also ever increasing in India. While crude oil and coal dominate, the India government has promised to raise the share of natural gas to 15% by 2030. Natural gas is being considered currently as a promising energy source because it is a cleaner fuel with low emission of particulate matter, the sum of all solid and liquid particle which is suspended in air, also hazardous to life, with dust, soot, smoke and droplets, etc. And natural gas doesn't produce ash and greenhouse gases for the same energy output. However, the natural gas sector will see competition for use and will be affected by price trends. Now we'll see the natural gas used in United States. 3% for pipeline fuel and transportation, 13% for electric utilities, 14% for commercial, which is for business, and 22% for home use, and 48% for industries. Now we'll see the estimated natural gas reserves in the world. So Russia on the top place, then Iran, and then Qatar, and then United States, then comes Saudi Arabia, Turkmenistan. This is a country which is in Central Asia, and then comes United Arab Emirates, and then Venezuela, which is present in northern coast of South America. And the 9th position to Nigeria, and 10th position to China. And India is on the 22nd position in natural gas reserves around the world. Now we'll see about CNG. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, CNG. It is used as a fuel in motor cars, buses, trucks because it is less polluting. It's a clean fuel because it produces only carbon dioxide and water and no ash on burning. It is also used for power generation. A great advantage of CNG is that it can be supplied directly from the gas wells to the homes and factories through a network of underground pipelines to be used directly for burning. Such a network of pipelines exists in Vadodara, Gujarat, some parts of Delhi and a few other places. Compressed natural gas is economical. It is an alternative fuel source for vehicles. In order to provide enough range, the gas is compressed and stored in vehicle in pressurized tanks. Such vehicles are preferred choice for now. Now we'll see about LNG. LNG is the liquefied natural gas. It is produced by taking natural gas from a production field, removing impurities like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor, oil, nitrogen hydrates, heavy hydrocarbons, ethane, propane, butane and pentane, and liquefying the natural gas. In liquefaction process, the gas is cooled to a temperature of approximately minus 260 degree Fahrenheit at ambient pressure. Ambient pressure in the sense pressure of surrounded medium. Regasification is taken place to convert the LNG back into gaseous form minus 162 degrees Celsius, which enters the domestic pipeline distribution system and it is ultimately delivered to the end user. Now we'll see a short conclusion. Yes, natural gas has both advantages and disadvantages. Despite all the disadvantages, natural gas is one of the cheapest and easily available fossil fuel in this world. All said and done, hope it's clear. It can be considered that natural gas can serve as a viable alternative to other fossil fuels till such time as something more efficient can be found. So hope it's useful. Thank you.